That was No You Were by Boston Marriage, and I'm very stoked right now because they're all in front of me. None of us are hungover. Maybe I am, but you know what? Shit happens.
Yeah, none at all. It's
Yeah.
cool.
So everyone go around the table, tell us what you do in the band and your name.
I'm Chris. I sing and play guitar.
I'm Melissa. I also sing and play guitar.
I'm Shane. I play drums.
And I'm Russ. I play bass.
And I'm Fish. I'm going to interview all of them. Sweet. So you guys have 2 newer singles out right now. Both are absolute bangers. We just listened to them. Obviously, everyone just heard No You Were, and that song is fucking sick. And then you guys just tried Man Who Wasn't There at this point in time. It was a week ago today. When people hear it might be 2 weeks. But, dude, like, the sound is fucking cool. I love the sound.
Thank
Thank you so much.
It has, like, the indie vibe to it, but the pop elements and just, like, very soothing.
Yeah, that's kind of like it's kind of a newer thing for us. We're very, like, have roots in, like, a lot of, like, rock DIY type thing, you know, down in Florida and everything. But the new stuff is very pop integrated, you know. We tried to explore a lot of that, like, dreamy emo pop thing, you know. So, yeah, thank you for saying that, yeah.
Dreamy. That's the word I was looking for.
Yeah, you know, I'll give it to you. Yeah.
So glad I called that guy.
Dream Boy.
Dream Boy.
Oh, no, no.
So there's obviously a lot more Boston Marriage songs up on Spotify, maybe 4 more. And now those were still you guys.
Yeah.
And all that stuff. And obviously it's a little bit of a newer sound and kind of progressive.
Yeah, all that stuff was like DIY sort of, and it was like our first stuff, so we didn't really know what we were doing going into it, and like the way we're writing the new stuff is like way different. So it's kind of cool to have like, I don't know, the old stuff.
Yeah, because I feel like there's still a natural progression when you listen to the old stuff or like the new stuff. It's just like, this is 2019 Boston Marriage.
A whole nother level.
Yes, it is definitely a whole nother beast. This is like the second marriage. That's what it's called. Divorced and
up.
remarried.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. So tell me a little bit about your band. I don't really know much about you guys except for we met last night for the first time, and we have a mutual. That's how this is all come about. Shout out to Blake.
Blake.
Yes.
Yeah. So so just tell us a little bit about the band because obviously you're very new.
Yeah. We formed the band in 2016. Chris and I have been friends for a really long time since we were kids, and we've been writing music together. So we finally decided to start something for real, and we enlisted our friend Lisa to play bass, and then that's how we got Shane to come play drums.
Yeah, so Lisa, my girlfriend, was playing bass, and then they had a couple shows coming up with no drummer, and I always kind of wanted to be in drums. Like, I played guitar for a long time, so I was just like, okay, I'll, like, play these 2 shows. Like, what? Then I got it, and I heard, like, the song Gowns. It's just, like, acoustic in them, and it was Lisa is, like, the first band, so I was, like, thinking about my first band. I was like, man, that, like, my first band sucked. Then I heard it, and I was like, oh, shit, like, this is amazing. Like, how do I get involved? Then from there, we just kind of started playing as many shows as possible throughout Florida. We recorded and then shortly went on tour up to like Maine and back. Kind of just been super active ever since then.
Yeah.
Blake reached out, or Lisa stepped down because she wanted to do more of her art, and we got involved with Russ.
Yeah. We were just like, I was in another Florida DIY band, and we would do shows together and everything. And I was like a very big Boston Marriage fan, so it was sick to get the question to work with it. But yeah, and I mean, we've been working with Blake for a while, and it's been sick. I mean, but yeah, that's kind of it, I guess.
Yeah, we flew up to Brooklyn to do those 2 songs.
Oh yeah.
So we did that with Blake, and that was the first time we started working with him. And then now we're here, working on some more jams.
Nice. You kind of took words out of my mouth, which is crazy because I was going to compare Florida music. Like, I'm from Long Island originally, and I feel like for whatever reason, the Florida scene, their second home is always Long Island. It makes no sense to me, but it somehow makes all the sense to me because, like, it's basically, I feel like Florida's God's waiting room for most people from New York.
Yeah, that's so true.
If you had Jewish grandparents on Long Island like I did, you were in Florida a lot as a kid.
Yeah, no, that's really funny. My grandparents are from, like, Long Island. So that's
and
really
they moved
funny.
to Florida.
I was like, yeah, I mean, God, that's wild.
Yeah. So, also, coming from Florida, like I know a lot of bands from Florida. Like it's one of the most diverse states when it comes to music. But I've never heard a band sound like you guys with this dreamier vibe to it from the area. Maybe I just haven't dug deep enough. But when I think of Florida, like obviously you have like A Day to Remember, you have like Set It Off,
Yeah.
Mayday Parade, like all these bands, and no one has this sound. So talk about like that I've heard at least. Talk about the sound and like coming up in a scene that's so diverse and trying to like develop yourself in something.
Yeah, I mean, I think, I mean, you're absolutely right. Like Florida, I mean, like hate mosh as a term was invented in Jacksonville. It's like,
There's a lot of metal and stuff in Florida too. So it's like there's just like so much of everything.
I think it was in a lot of ways, and I mean myself coming in at like a later date, but for me, it's always felt like, you know, you always want to do something that's kind of bigger than where you're at, you know, and it's all this new music that we've been putting out is something that's not just, you know, like a couple guitars and bass and drums and, you know, kind of a vocalist, you know, it's like so we all, I don't know, I feel like it's kind of been a exploration of like how much can we do with what we have, you know, so like try to just like expend our resources. But
I think we came out of like a DIY scene, so like the scene there is like pop punk and a bunch of stuff, so it was definitely like sticking out a lot when we first started, especially because it was like, you know,
There's only so many local bands, and you know, none of them like sounded like us.
Yeah.
So
At the same time, though, I think timing is important for like how we're doing now, because the scene in Florida is really working to diversify right now. So we get on a lot of mixed bills with bands that don't sound like us, and people want to be inclusive, and that's been really helpful to get all around the state.
For sure. And also, vocal style coming from Florida, like having such a soothing voice. Like every Florida singer is dope. Don't get me wrong. Don't take it the wrong way. But like such a soothing vibe, like you guys have, is pretty cool. So, what were some influences? I hate asking this question. It's such a bullshit cliche thing. But it's like, what were some influences for you guys, vocal style wise?
I mean, I love Death Cab for Cutie.
Yeah.
I also love Grizzly
it's like
Bear.
the only band we all agree on is
Yeah.
Death Cutie, by the way.
Yeah. I really like Daughter.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, it's okay.
Not
I
like
mean, we
Fall
can
Out
all
Boy?
we can all
yeah,
say.
Melissa and I grew up
My
singing
Chem,
like Fall Out Boy
Panic.
together, and harmonies from that, I think,
Yeah,
is still.
large
Yeah.
influence.
Sweet. So you guys said you were playing a bunch of shows in Florida and stuff. When can I expect to see you guys play out here? Because I will be second in line for the show because I'm never first.
Hopefully soon. We want to come back as soon as possible. So
yeah, if we could set something up here, that'd be dope.
yeah.
You know you got this space. You guys can play whatever you want
It
once
sounded
it's ready.
awesome last night. So.
yeah,
yeah.
it was
Yeah.
amazing.
Sweet. Awesome. And so what are you guys doing out here? Because I have a feeling it's not just for a leisurely vacation.
Yeah, it's we're tracking, we're writing, we're working on all sorts of things, and we're here doing this. Very happy.
Hell yeah.
But yeah,
We
we're
sort of got like some touristy things out of the way too. We're
Right,
like,
yeah.
sneaking them in there while we can.
yeah.
You guys all puked at least 6 times, and not from partying or anything, literally because of In-N-Out. And every
We
taqueria.
almost went before we came.
Yeah, we
No.
almost went
Yeah.
to In-N-Out before we came here, but
Have you guys had it yet?
no, we
No.
haven't.
I want to
no.
go.
Yeah. Make sure you get the fries well done. That's
Okay.
the
Ask
only-
for them well done.
Good
Yeah.
tip.
Okay. Yeah.
Make them a
Pro
little
tip.
crispy.
Jot
All
that
right.
down,
All right,
everybody.
cool.
Sweet. Awesome. Well, how can everyone keep up with you guys? What's the Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Spotify, SoundCloud, Bandcamp, Bands in Town, MySpace for those who know?
Yeah. Well, it's Boston Marriage Band basically everywhere. I mean, we have our. Oh, okay. Sorry, go ahead.
They're
she goes.
kind
She
of-
goes. No.
They're kind of
not.
all different.
They're all different, but
Yeah,
if you go to
that's right.
bostonmarriageband.com, we have them all listed.
Dope.
And we're most active, I think, on Instagram, which is also Boston Marriage Band.
I kind of had it. I didn't really have it, but I kind of
tried.
had it.
Awesome. Well, it's a pleasure meeting you guys. Very stoked you guys came here in studio to hang out. Can't wait till you guys come play here in studio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because everyone's like, oh, these idobi sessions are so dope, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, no, they're not idobi sessions. They're Fish's private performances.
Yeah.
I booked bands so I could watch them to myself. I'm selfish. We're just lucky enough to
All
have a
just for
camera
you.
on.
You're not even going to share this. It's just for your
Nope,
personal.
this
Yeah.
is for the personal collection.
Yeah.
Definitely cried in some sessions that were so beautiful.
I believe that.
I hope I cry during your session. I might cry during your session.
That's our goal.
Let's do it. So I want to play one more song by you guys, for everyone out there, because you have one more song to play. So I played 100% of your songs, basically. So what song am I going to play right now?
Man Who Wasn't There.
Yeah.
Awesome. Boston Marriage. Thank you guys so much for coming
Thank you,
by.
Fish. Appreciate you.
Anytime. And here is Man Who Wasn't There.